You too. You too. Hello, YouTube. YouTube. I know what time. Part 6.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. We'll watch the Boston Celtics in this one as they go up against the Toronto Raptors. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And a chance here to check out some stats for Anthony Simons.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
So the Raptors starting 5. Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Emmanuel Quickley. And it's lights out in a 2-guard. And for the Celtics, their backcourt, Pritchard and White. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Garza in at the center position, locking down the middle. 2 teams tonight trying to elevate to mid-season form, Grant, and really start to push to control each game.
And that gets more and more difficult as fatigue mounts. The travel miles climb and games just tighten up. You know, BA, you just got to push through all of that and keep playing your best ball.
And a storyline for MP over this stretch of the season. He's trying to outperform against his matchup each time out. We know that when MP executes that, it can be a pivotal aspect of the team's success.
You know, I can definitely say that he's been getting after these matchups. And whether he'll tell you the names on his list or not, we can see the look in his eyes when that gauntlet is thrown. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Brown. Jacks up a 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Toronto passing it around. 3-pointer. Lights out. That's good. Lights out's got 9.
Yeah, passing is a real skill of Barnes. He will make smart choices with the ball.
And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Now here's Barnes. Outside Ingram. Pass to lights out. The 3 is up. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Ingram's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Brown against Ingram. Here's Garza. Outside Tatum. Will it go? Rebounded by Ingram. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I spoke to the Celtics head coach. As far as Brandon Ingram goes, coach believes that space is the key. He told me, quote, if we can close the gap, there aren't as many tools that he can go to, especially if we have a second defender to throw an occasional arm out. Percentages drop quite a bit in those cases. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Anthony Simons, he's checked in for Pritchard. All right, let's take a break and take a look at which teams have been lethal from outside the arc during the last month of play. Number one, the Raptors.
It's one thing to take a lot of threes. It's another to take good ones, and they do. And they have some great shooters.
On the wing, Tatum. He's guarded by Barnes. And it's Tatum missing. Here's lights out. And the Raptors, another three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside White. Back to Brown. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. On offense, here come the Raptors. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2. Here's lights out. And again, Toronto with a triple.
He's been meticulous on offense, and it's paid off with a flawless shooting percentage for him so far in this game.
Here's Brown. Plenty of space. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Pass to lights out. Ingram on the wing. Offline with a three. Celtics trail by 16. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal. Well, that was clearly a foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
First free throw is good. And Boston with some changes. Boucher comes in for Garza. And Derek White subbed in for Jason Tatum. Barrett's checked in for Toronto. It's both from the stripe. 1:11 left in the first. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Brown. Over Barrett. Some solid defense from Barrett.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
8 for 8. He's on an absolute tear.
Here's White. Good. And Brown gets the assist. White's got his second basket of the game.
Good stuff from Brown. Providing the assist, he's made giant strides in his passing game.
Lights out. That's good.
Oh, flawless start for him here in the first quarter.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. They're coming off that loss against Denver.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold, so liquid.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Brown, no good. Here's lights out. And that's it for the first quarter in what has been a very lopsided game. Toronto out in front, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, the Raptors enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
So for Toronto right now, Dick and Barrett are the 2 and the 3. Then it's Walter, and it's Mamukelashvili in at the 5 down low. Here's Walter. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Here's Barrett. Pass to Mobo. To the wing on the left. Walter from outside. It doesn't go for him. The Celtics shooting only 25% from the floor. Not great. White finds Simons. Back to White. There's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. White's got 7 points.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Pass to Barrett. Here's Mobo. 3-pointer. Here's Mamukelashvili. Yet to see a basket. Clock at 4. Here's Barrett. And again, Toronto, no good. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you for the report. Now here's Barrett. Tries the 9-footer. It's tipped. Now here's Hauser, guarded by Barrett. Here's White. Rebound Toronto. Their last encounter in Toronto.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
And if they can keep that same physicality, you have to think they'll be in a good position to grab another win here.
Toronto passing it around for 3. Barrett, he buries it from 3. He's got 5.
You gotta like the quick decision-making from Barrett. Not even hesitating at all off the catch.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Minot. Brown comes in for Hauser. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for White. Simons outside. Lets it go from deep. Toronto grabs the miss. Hurdle's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And Pirtle has improved as a passer, good at getting it to his teammates on time and on target.
And from the side. Sideline. Let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, lights out in their last game against the Hornets. Just played phenomenal. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Allie, we appreciate the update. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
No doubt, Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve. After scoring with ease in the first quarter, he's really cooled down a bunch here.
The three-pointer off the mark. Toronto leading by 19. Driving to the basket. The shot's good. Lights out's got 32 points in the game.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Back to Pritchard. Here's Boucher. Simons outside. Lets the three fly. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. Lights out's got 34.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Simons outside. Tatum with it. He had a 30-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
Here's lights out. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Toronto Raptors.
Rebounding clearly an emphasis of theirs coming in. Everyone's bringing the energy and putting in that work.
Gotta appreciate the blue-collar approach.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
Bunch of road games coming up. This could be a good challenge for them.
Yeah, it could bond these guys together, help team chemistry. Depends on what these guys are made of. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the 3rd period.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Garza in at center. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
A consistent shot for him. Brown likes the 3.
Pass the lights out. And he banks in the layup. Lights out's got 36 points.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Oh, this is how aggressive Tatum is. Excellent job of getting to the rim and a finish. Just light work.
Here's lights out. Into the lane. Up and in on the layup. Lights out's got 38 points.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Outside, Brown. Lays it up and banks it in. Brown's got 5 points now in the quarter.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce. Oh, another one falls.
Once again, he's hit the 40-point mark as he has been nothing short of stellar all season long.
And now he's moved into 3rd all-time for most 40-point games in a single season.
Well, Jordan did it an incredible 37 times back in 1987, but that mark has been passed. What a special year this guy's had.
Here's Brown, following the 3-point basket by Toronto. Outside Pritchard, from behind the arc. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational. And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Outside Pritchard. Plenty of space. Rebound Toronto.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
And the Raptors getting another bucket right there.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Inside, looking to win the run, and White lays it in. White's got 9.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
And Toronto calls time here. In for Boston. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Mamukelashvili's checked in for Pirtle. Mobo comes in for Barnes. Barrett's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Grady Dick in for Quickly. Floats one. Shot is good by Barrett. Barrett's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Just showing off his skills, Barrett hits the tough floater.
White on the wing. There's Tatum with the 3. Rebound by the Raptors.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
He's their go-to. They keep calling his number, and he delivers.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Pass to Garza. Takes the 3. That one no good. Here's Toronto with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Lights out, no good. Boston's gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the 3rd quarter. Well, Richard, some stars are the system, but Jason Tatum is often admired as a self-consistent player.
Yeah, Jason enjoys being a piece of the greater puzzle. He doesn't have to have everything run through him, and I know that makes his teammates happy.
Boucher's checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Jaylen Brown. Barrett passes to Lights Out. Another one goes! Incredible!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Tatum looking it over. Outside White. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And White has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Simons. Boucher a screen on Dick. And here's Simons outside. Rebound Toronto. Barrett's got 4 rebounds now. Yet another bucket.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. White can't hit. Here's Lights Out. But if it goes, and so it's Toronto just dominating the opposition as they maintain a 36-point advantage. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We'll be right back with you shortly. with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Dick and Barrett are the 2 and the 3. Then it's Walter, and it's Mamukelashvili in at the 5. He drops it from range. Murray Boyles has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
To the paint. Hauser outside. Pass to Pritchard from deep. It's rebounded by Barrett. Pritchard's gone 1 of 5 on 3-point tries. Barrett passes to Mamukelashvili. Toronto passing it around. Here's Walter. And it's off from 3-point range. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Here's Pritchard. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. But he was a beast in the college ranks too, Richard.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
That's good from Pritchard. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
Minot's checked in for Boston. Both good from the line that time. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Walter. Pass to Barrett. Here's Abaji. Just 5 to shoot. Walter from outside. No good there. Outside Pritchard. There's Simons with a 3. Rebound Toronto. Barrett's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Dick. Pass to Barrett. Here's Abaji. And again, Toronto, no good. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And it's Simons missing.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Now Barrett. Back to Dick. Down low. Here's Mamukelashvili. And there's a 3-second violation. And we're seeing some younger teams really on the rise here. Any particular reason, Grant?
Well, you know, it's part of the natural order of things. Certain players will dominate, and when they age, there are always those young upstarts vying to take the lead.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Garza's checked in for Minot. Tatum comes in for Hauser. And it's White in for Simons. Brown, no good.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's lights out. And got it. Another basket. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Tatum a screen on Barrett. Outside Tatum from the arc. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
This is what great scorers do. Tatum rises to the three-point challenge.
Here's lights out. A minute 53 left in the fourth quarter here. Hauled in by Brown. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. From outside the arc is rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Great job drawing the foul. and almost converted the shot as well.
At the line for the Raptors, number 8, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls, and they tell players your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less, Grant.
And, you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases, you're talking legacy, you know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Looking at who's out there now for Toronto. Battle comes in for Mobo, and it's Walter in for Dick. Both shots good from the stripe. 1:31 left in the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Raptors.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it was a team effort tonight, collecting their 39th victory of the year.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Lights Out.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
And it's Toronto's ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Now here's Tatum. A little mid-range shot is up. The shot no good.
He made that way more difficult than it had to be with that leaning jumper. As a result, he comes away empty.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you.
People want to know.
Miss Conway.
The drama coming into this game may have had more of an impact than the game itself. Internet sleuths claim that they found a burner account run by your mother. You care to set the record straight?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that because I find this whole thing to be kind of ridiculous.
Well, have you asked your mother about it?
Of course not. Anyone can fake a burner, Miss Conway. That's what a burner is. They're fake. I'm not going to waste her time asking her about a burner phone. She doesn't have one.
So sorry.
Thanks.
MP right here. MP. Come on right here. I want to ask you a few questions.
Right here.
MP right here.
You know what, T-Man,
Back here.
it's always good to hear from you.
Right, yes it is, Frank. MP, you talked openly this year about looking to make your mark against the best of the best at your position. So far, how do you feel that's gone?
Honestly, it's been a disappointment. I haven't been consistent. I know that, but my teammates are locked in, so as soon as I turn things around, we'll be ready to take off. I know that.
We know that too.
Could you tell us a little bit about your teammate?
Controversy in this.
Xander, are you ready?
Hey, I'm good. You got a fun theme for us? We got to finish the season strong.
Definitely. Start rolling. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MP, giving you the latest on the next batch of episodes for Out of Bounds.
So what can the fans expect this time?
Oh, well, I'm going to show them what it takes to win Defensive Player of the Year, Xander.
Oh, I love it. All right, so give a little shine to the less glamorous side of the ball.
Exactly. We'll be highlighting games against the best offenses in the league and showing you what it takes to slow them down. You don't want to miss it, so hit that subscribe button today.
Nicky, how you feeling?
Starting at the shooting guard, 6'4", wearing number 8, number 8.
It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kelly Oubre.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Watford out there with George. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard. And for the Raptors, their front court is Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with lights out. And it's Pirtle in at the center, locking down the middle. When your team is looking at a back-to-back, how do you approach the first game of the two, Tim?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early. Lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it can also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
So it's Toronto now, following the three-pointer by Tyrese Maxey. Lights out with the bucket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there. Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. We talked about Paul George and what his game plan was for keeping him in check. He said it's never going to be easy with him, but I told our guys I want constant communication. Talk when screens are coming, switch when we need to. We need to be highly active guarding him. Let's see how effective they are against him tonight. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. And a player, Tim, who stuffs the stat sheet, Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Kevin, he just has a great all-around game. But the thing I like the most, he's very unselfish. He will pass up a shot if a teammate has a better one.
Toronto's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside. And he's good on the three ball.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now, here is George. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging 15.5 points a game. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
First one falls for him.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
That one is no good. Toronto's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. And George now top of the key. Outside, Maxey. Drummond with it. Now guarded by Vertil. A nice shot by George.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
The Raptors hit again from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks chills.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Drummond's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You can tell how comfortable Drummond is down there. Excels at using that size in close to the basket.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
And Drummond throws it down.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Here's lights out. And he converts the layup. And that 17 points for lights out.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which